the diplomatic mission for the what? What is that word?
Cygnus,
or
the Cygnus or the swan. And the reason why I brought that into, why that came into being was because I had a dream of a swan, a portal opened up, and a swan was curled up, ready to descend upon the earth from heaven. And I never knew that there was a such thing called the Cygnus, and that was a constellation. And it stood for, and I kept saying, because I had my sister and Grace on the phone, both of them, and I said, I don't know why, but the dream kept saying there's something to do with the Cygnus, or the swan has something to do with the cross of Christ. And I had no idea. But the constellation Cygnus actually does signify the phase of Christ moving out of his crucifixion into descending on the earth. And it's the blesser returns. He's getting ready to return. And that's why there's a book called The Blesser Returns. It's all about the Cygnus is getting ready to land on the earth and bring in this kingdom age, which is preparation for the coming of the millennial reign.
How do you spell that?
Cygnus, Cygnus.
Cygnus. Okay, Cygnus. Cygnus. Got it.
Now let me, for the fun of it, I got to read this to you, because when my dear friend Grace read this to me, I almost fell off my chair. I'm like, there's no way. How is this even possible to be, happening to me? So I had this dream September, not this year, but last year, the year before it. I'm really bad with, I'd have to go back through my notes, and I will in just a moment. But let me grab this. There's a book out there. It's called The Witness of the Stars by E.W. Bullinger. And it was presented to me as a gift. And let me just grab because I recorded myself talking to my sister about the dream. And it was the 4th of September, 2023. Holy smack, okay? So that's the dream I had about the swan. So now, and that it was descending.
What was the name of the witness of?
The Witness of the Stars by E.W. Bullinger. Okay? So I'm just going to read to you what my friend read to me, and I almost fell off my chair. I was just like, there's no way. This is way too... I don't read this stuff. This isn't my thing. I don't sit around and read books on the constellations most of the time, because it just didn't make sense to me. But here it is. Oh boy. And this is what inspired me to write the book, The Blesser Returns, by an ambassador for Christ. I can't take credit for it. It's the Lord that's speaking to my heart. So here it is. The Blesser surely returning. This constellation repeats, emphasizes, and affirms this glorious truth. It has to do with the great blesser and his speedy return, as if testified by all the ancient names connected with it. In the Dendera zodiac, it is named Tessarch, which means this from afar. It is a most brilliant and gorgeous asterism of 81 stars, 1 of the first or second, 6 of the third, 12 of the 4th magnitude, etc. Not that I understand what the heck that means, but anyway, it's something about an 81 star mix there. It contains variable stars, 5 double stars and 1 quadruple. The star marked 61 Cygni is known as one of the most powerful in the whole heavens. It consists of 2 stars which revolve about each other and yet have a progressive motion common to each. This mighty bird is not falling dead like Aquila, but is flying swiftly in mid-heaven. That's the dream I had. I was looking up, a portal opened, I was looking out the window, and this Cygnus was curled up in a ball, and it was waiting to descend to the earth. So he says further, it is coming to the earth, for it is not so much a bird of the air, but a bird peculiarly belonging to both the earth and the waters. Now I find that interesting. The waters, He who hung
Yeah.
the earth upon the waters, and it's also celestial language, the waters above the firmament. So there's celestial connectivity with the word waters.
Right.
Its brightest star between the body and the tail is called Deneb, like another in Capricornus, and means the judge. It is also called adage, forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, flying swiftly, and thus at once it is connected with him who cometh to judge the earth in righteousness. Well, it can't come at a better time than this, I can tell you that. The star B in the beak is named El Bireo, Arabic, flying quickly. The star G in the body is called Satyr, Hebrew, who returns as in a circle. As in a circle. It was curled up in a ball, okay? In my dream. Okay? All right. I'm blown away. This still blows me away. A couple years later, I'm still blown away by this. The two stars in the tail now marked in the maps as P1 and P2 are named Azel, who comes and returns quickly, and Fafaj, or Fafaj, gloriously shining forth. The teaching then of the whole sign of Aquarius is clear and complete. The names of the stars explain the constellations, and the names of the constellations explain the sign, so that we are left in no doubt. By his astonishing death as set forth in Capricornus, he, Christ, has purchased and procured unspeakable blessings for his redeemed. This sign, Aquarius, tells of those blessings being poured forth and of the speedy return of him who is to bring rivers of blessing and to fill the earth with blessing and glory as the waters cover the sea.